In this video, we are going to discuss about OSPFv2 for IPv4 configuration. So, you see what are the first steps to create or to configure the OSPFv2. So, here creating OSPFv2 instance. So, the first step is configuring. It's to create a OSPFv2 instance and assigning unique instance tag for OSPFv2 instance, and here the instance might be a string, or more information about OSPFv2 instance parameters is seen in the next slide. So, here if you see that before you begin, you have to ensure that you have enabled OSPF feature, and the second step is use show IP OSPF instance tag command. So, use this command, which is show IP OSPF instance tag command, to verify that the instance tag is not in use. So, this tag is not in use, and we should ensure that this has to be enabled here. So, OSPFv2 must be able to obtain a router identifier, and also you see that a configured loopback address, and also you must configure the router ID option for this OSPFv2 version. Ensure that you are in the correct VDC. So, to see ensuring that you are in the correct VDC, you have to use a command, that switch VDC command. So, here switch to VDC command can show you that clearly that it is the correct VDC in the OSPFv2 here. So, here are the basic steps you have to follow. These are the summary here. So, in this summary you see we use the commands config t, router OSPF instance tag, and router ID with IP address, and show IP OSPF instance tag, and also you see copy running config and startup config. So, these are the summary of steps. We will be discussing about the detailed steps in the next slide, and here it is. You see here the detailed step 1, step 2, step 3, and followed by step 4 and step 5. And here for the step 1, when we use config t example, we see switch config t, it enters into the configuration mode here. So, step 2, router OSPF instance tag. So, the purpose is creates a new OSPFv2 instance with configuration instance tag here. Example, you can see switch config router OSPF201, which enters into the router configuration mode. Coming to step 3, router ID IP address. So, this configures the OSPFv2 router ID, and this IP address identifies OSPFv2 instance and must exist on the configured interface in the system. So, we use an example here, that switch config router given router ID with the IP address here. So, coming to the fourth step, show IP OSPF instance tag. That means it displays OSPF information clearly. So, as an example, you can consider switch config router show IP OSPF201. So, it displays the OSPF information. The last step is copy running config to startup config. So, this saves the configuration change. So, here the running, we have discovered that it is in running configuration. So, we have to update this in the startup configuration. So, this saves the configuration change from running to startup. Then you have to enter switch in the configuration mode, copy running config to startup config. So, this is about the overview of OSPF version 2 for IPv4 here.